Now, on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app, O'Connor and Company.
It's 7:07. Good morning. Thanks for tuning into O'Connor and Company. Coming up in 30 minutes, our own Patrice Onwuka will be a special guest because, well, she was the president's special guest yesterday in the Oval Office for a signing ceremony. And then, well, her first grader took over things, and it's amazing. We'll get into that coming up in 30 minutes. Then at 8:05, K.T. McFarland, former Deputy National Security Advisor to President Trump. Whole lot going on in the world. Greenland, Iran, Venezuela. I'm glad I've got Bethany Mandel to help me unpack it all. Good morning, Bethany.
Good morning, and I'm so excited for our amazing lineup of guests today.
Yes, including our guest right now, MIGNON HOUSTON, Deputy Spokesperson for the State Department. Here I am talking about all these things going on in the world, and, well, I mean, you're in the center of it there at Foggy Bottom. Good morning, MIGNON. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, it's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Listen, before I would love to ask you about yesterday's summit over Greenland and what's going on with Iran. But first, a remarkable achievement by the State Department here. Over 100,000 visas have been revoked here. And again, so much of that we're celebrating here about this first year of the Trump administration and Secretary Rubio's great job at the State Department often just boils down to common sense. These are people, and you tell me, it appears that these are people who were granted visas for commercial purposes or for student purposes, and then they broke our laws. I mean, why shouldn't they have their visas revoked? Why is this a new idea?
That's absolutely right, and thank you. You know, the United States Department of State is really just enforcing existing visa laws. These are not new, and we've seen measurable results. The proof is the unprecedented number of visa revocations. Like you mentioned, 100,000 visas were revoked since the administration started, and the leading cause is driving under the influence, assaulting people on U.S. soil, stealing from citizens here in the United States or others, overstaying their visas. And so, look, the United States is going to enforce our laws. We've seen a visa system that has been abused for far too long, that's taken advantage of American taxpayers. And under the decisive leadership of this administration, we're putting an end to those processes.
So that's one of the things that I love about the Trump administration. I was thinking the other day about the gains that we've seen, and so much of it is just people who came in and decided, I can do something about this. I can fix this.
Yeah.
I would love to hear a little bit of your background. Like, how did you get here, and what inspired you to enter public service? Because I want to know more about, like, what is the path here?
Let's look under Mignon's hood, shall we?
Yeah.
I love this question. Oh, look, my parents, I'm from the South. My parents were both teachers, middle school and high school teachers. I come from a family of educators and public servants. And so this was always a calling for me. How can I make the country where I live just as strong as possible, continuing to work with our leadership, improving systems that may not work. And this is exactly what I've done. I went to college for mass communications. I went to graduate school for urban affairs and public policy, and joined the Foreign Service in 2006. So it's been about 20 years now.
Wow.
Serving the U.S. government all over the world, really working on policies to improve economic and political relationships. It's been a phenomenal career. I'm so grateful every day to be able to serve the American people, and I just love working at the State Department. This administration has been just a real gift to have in the position for the American people, and we continue to see benefits every day.
So
well, thank you for that service.
Yeah.
That's
so
great.
You were in the State Department when it was much swampier than it is now.
I've been through several iterations of shifts and changes, but it's been phenomenal. I work with Principal Deputy Spokesperson Tommy Pigott, love the team, love what we're doing every day, and just seeing the results, seeing the American people see the promises that were made and promises kept. I mean, you can't beat that.
So
love it.
What kind of changes are you seeing in the State Department swamp, if you've been there for 20 years?
Well, particularly,
hold on. She wants, just in case the next election goes wrong, she wants to keep working.
That's why I'm asking.
Why are you doing this to her? No, go ahead. I'm teasing.
No, absolutely. I mean, when we're speaking about visas, look, this has been something that I think many Foreign Service officers have seen, this abuse of the system. Many of our first tours are always as consular officers, so we are on the other line of that window, adjudicating visas, making that decision. And the vast majority of people who travel to the United States do so legally, they do so responsibly. But look, when visas are misused, whether it's through criminal activity, overstays, fraud, the U.S. government has the authority and the obligation to act. And we're seeing an administration that's saying enough is enough. We're going to take unprecedented steps. And so many folks across the Department of State, we agree wholeheartedly. We had to fix a broken system, and that's exactly what this administration is doing.
Well, and I love the fact that this goes back to the fundamental understanding that it is a privilege to be in this country. And when we, through our good graces, allow you to come in to get a higher education or to do commerce with us, there's certain basic standards, like don't wreak havoc on our roads by driving under the influence or assaulting officers or what have you. So well done, State Department. Can I ask you, while we're at it, so what happened yesterday over Greenland? I mean, all the headlines say, that we've agreed to disagree. Well, that's rather unsatisfying. Was there any progress made?
I mean, look, every day we here at the Department of State, through diplomatic channels, believe that progress is made. This administration, through President Trump, he's been very clear of the importance of Greenland to U.S. defense. He's underscored our commitment to the relationship. I mean, it's unrealistic to think that we can continue to defend the United States, North America, without considering the Arctic. And that's what the president is saying, that he is eager to build a lasting commercial relationship that benefits the people of Greenland and the United States. But ultimately, this comes down to this being an important strategic decision to ensure Americans are safe, our U.S. national security is safe, and we're not going to compromise on those goals.
And the conversations continue, obviously. That was just the beginning, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. I mean, this president is clear. We always want to use diplomatic means whenever we can. We want to have these dialogues and these conversations. I mean, they are always very important as we move forward in accomplishing and advancing our policy. We will continue to have these conversations. This one, I think, made a lot of headlines, but this isn't a new conversation, right? It's one that we're going to continue. The president's leadership has been very clear on this, and we'll see what more is ahead in 2026.
And sorry.
I just assume you want to ask about Iran, so go for it. Because I have a feeling that Mignon Houston is going to tell us when the strike will be. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, so we're evacuating folks, and can you give us a sort of status update of what is changing in the Mideast?
Look, what we are seeing right now in Iran, we're seeing citizens who are protesting for basic needs: water, food, energy. We, as the U.S. government, the president has been quite clear with the regime that there needs to be some changes. We cannot continue to see movement towards a nuclear program and ballistic missiles. The president has taken decisive action on that front as well, and we want the people of Iran to prosper. We want the people of Iran to be able to fully feel respected when it comes to their fundamental human rights. What we're seeing, the deaths, it's really unfortunate. And, I speak on behalf of diplomatic channels and what we're trying to do. We've had these conversations. Our hearts are with the people of Iran right now as they're going through this, and we want to see change. So I can't speak to any operational movements or, we've heard the president, his words speak for themselves, but it really is. This has been an organic movement by the people of Iran to ask for the same things that we've been saying for some time. And so it's a tragedy to see people lose their lives. We here at the Department of State, of course, want to see things done in a different way. We want to see people not get hurt. This is not something we want. Of course, this breaks our hearts. But there is an understanding that when you have these basic needs that are not met, and instead of regime spends money on ballistic programs and nuclear weapons, that the resources aren't going to the people that need them. And the people in Iran deserve better.
Great. Well, one quick follow-up back to the visas. You revoke the visas. Will people, does revoking the visa also trigger some sort of action to ensure that people leave the country? You know what I mean? Or because even though the visas are revoked, people, sadly, for decades now have just ignored that and stayed here anyway.
That's right. I mean, if I were here illegally in the United States with this administration, I think I would get out right now. I mean, this administration has been very clear. We're not playing any games. I mean, in addition to the revocations, we've seen expanded vetting for student visas, making sure students who are coming to the United States are not going to vandalize our campuses and prevent students from studying. We've enacted full and partial suspensions on visas for countries who have very high overstay rates. We recently, as you saw yesterday, we've addressed people who are public charge, immigrants who come to the United States and abuse our resources and taxpayer dollars. We're just going to put an end to all of these practices. And so this administration has been very clear. We are going to stand up for the American people. The United States is one of the most generous. It has one of the most generous immigration systems in the world, but only if it works and only if laws are enforced. And that's the bottom line. And so that's what we're doing. We're enforcing laws that are on the books that are essential to U.S. national security.
MIGNON Houston, Deputy Spokesperson at the State Department. Thank you for joining us, and we're really great knowing you, and don't be a stranger. We'd love to have you back.
I'll come back anytime. Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys.
WMAL, making sense of the news. Live from the Home Paramount Pest Control Studios. Home Paramount, the leader in pest control since 1939.
I just want a steak. Is that wrong? Is it wrong that I want a steak? I've been up for 5 hours. I should be able to have a steak.
Get Meredith on the line.
We've had an update here on the tax situation in Maryland. Now, yesterday we talked about how high the taxes are going to be. I was in downtown Annapolis yesterday at my favorite Irish pub, Galway Bay, with the boss, Jeff Bowden here from WMAL. We had a fine lunch, and the place is swarming with government people. I think yesterday was the first day of the legislative session. Annapolis is very different when it's all, government people.
Swampy.
Yeah, I like it better when Annapolis is just, midshipmen from the Naval Academy, and tourists. That's my Annapolis. That said, as you know, they're all gathering in Annapolis to further raise taxes on Marylanders. It's going to get ugly, but a local report here, is this Fox 5 that did this report? Take a listen to what Maryland is doing with your tax dollars as they're raising them.
Department of Labor has determined that you have received an overpayment of unemployment insurance benefits.
The letter demanded Gina Cross return $250 to the state, alleging she'd received an overpayment in unemployment benefits. Problem is, she's never applied nor ever received an ounce of unemployment benefits.
I've been working at the same place since 2018.
Cross believes she's been a victim of identity theft and fears the state has been shelling out unemployment benefits to a thief. In fact, according to a new state audit, in the past 5 years, the state has shelled out millions of dollars in overpayments to recipients who should never have received them. And according to the audit, the state did not timely pursue recovery of claimant overpayments totaling $807.4 million, resulting in up to $760.7 million that no longer can be collectible.
That's journalist Gary Collins. He's with Sinclair Group, by the way. Sorry for the misappropriation there. So there you go. They're going to raise your taxes, but then they're wasting your money, and it's being fraudulently delivered. And Collins then pressed Governor Moore about this very issue. Take a listen.
As the state faces yet another budget deficit, this time estimated at $1.5 billion, we decided to press Governor Moore on the facts of his overall spending and tax plan. Would you consider pausing any spending in light of another $1 billion deficit?
Well, here's the thing that I can tell the people of the state of Maryland. We are going to, for the fourth year in a row, introduce a balanced budget. We are going to introduce a balanced budget, and they'll see with this budget, as I've said, there will be no tax increases in this budget. But we are going to make smart, strategic investments in our long-term growth.
Governor, where's the money coming from?
I'm sorry.
Where's the money coming from?
We are going to introduce a balanced budget. As I said, that for the fourth year in a row, we will introduce a balanced budget.
Governor, you're facing a $1.5 billion deficit. If it has to be a balanced budget, you either raise taxes or cut spending. Which one is it?
Well, as you said, we're not raising taxes.
So you're cutting spending.
We are going to make smart, strategic investments.
I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And meanwhile, there's like over $700 million in fraud.
Yeah.
And he can't even...
What's frustrating is the last Republican administration in Maryland.
Yeah.
There was not a deficit. There was not a deficit. So things can be done better in states like Maryland. We saw evidence of that. And I am no Larry Hogan fan. Believe you me.
He has a lot of flaws.
Lots of flaws. Not a man that I happily voted for. But he actually knew how to run a ship and could answer a very basic question like, what do you choose? Cutting spending or raising taxes? And we know the answer. We know that Democrats only know how to raise taxes to pay for all the things they think we all need.
That's right.
But golly, I mean, I don't even know what to say. This is fraud. Fraud is like their middle name. It's part of their campaign promises.
And don't forget the lies and deception. And you would think that you would be able to answer that basic. By the way, I'm so tired of Wes Moore trying to get some sort of medal for we're going to submit a balanced budget. It's the law. He doesn't have a choice.
Yep.
He has to submit a balanced budget. Every governor submits a balanced budget. Why do you want an award for that?
Yeah,
You want some kind of prize?
I mean,
maybe
yes,
a medal that you can lie about.
It's the participation trophy.
Yes.
It's the participation, like, I did it. I did
It's
the thing.
unbelievable. Well, watch that space. And good job. Nice work uncovering the fraud and the accompanying deceptions. It's 7:23. Coming up, we're going to be joined by our own Patrice Onwuka, who had a special day in the Oval Office yesterday. Really special, thanks to her first grader. We'll share it next.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now. Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. O'Connor and Company.
It is 7:37, and we got to hail the chief here because it was a huge moment yesterday in the Oval Office, President conducting a signing ceremony, and then this happened.
In my first grade, I also know where does milk come from.
Where does it come from?
First, farmers milk it, and then next they put it into a coal tank, and then they to take the germs out, they put it very hot, and then they put it back in the coal tank, and then they haul it to somewhere that is cold in a big refrigerator.
What, that is unbelievable. I'm going to give him a medal. Everybody, these guys want it. Let me tell you, politicians want it. I'm going to give that to you. Is that okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. That's beautiful.
All right, now that very proud mama's voice is very familiar to all of our listeners. She's our co-host here, Patrice Onwuka, and that was her first grade son, Jesse, explaining the milking and homogenization process of milk to the President of the United States. Patrice, Jesse, well done, you two.
Thank you so much, Larry.
Jesse, that was amazing. Were you nervous meeting the President?
No, I wasn't nervous, sir.
You didn't seem like it. Where did you learn all of that?
From school, sir.
That is fantastic. You can call me Larry, Jesse. It's very kind of you to call me sir, but please call me Larry. Do you know that not a lot of little boys get to meet the President, let alone get a medal?
Yes, Larry.
What are you going to do with your medal? Do you have a home for it yet in your house?
I'm going to frame it.
Wow.
That's probably a good idea.
Do you think that you're going to frame it like, can I give you a suggestion? What if you create a shadow box with pictures also from the day? And like, where are you going to hang it, in your living room or in your bedroom, do you think?
In the living room.
Yeah, that's a really, really special moment. Did your other sibling that was there with you, did they get to talk to the President also, or just you?
Some other people talked to him.
Yeah.
Did Daniel talk to him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was wonderful, guys.
Mommy, the look on your face, Patrice, I want to cherish it forever. Did you expect there to be this kind of directed? How did this occur? Did Jesse just speak up and say, hey, I know something about this?
Yeah, he had been trying to raise his hand, and I'm like, okay, Jesse, no, let the president call on us. We really weren't supposed to speak as much. We were just ready in case. And he's turned to me and said, ma'am. And so, I introduced myself and the boys, and I let Jesse speak. And then he said, oh, and Mr. President, do you know how milk is made? And now, guys, totally, I did not prep him for his answer on the milk explanation whatsoever. That is totally his kindergarten education, public school education at work. So I think we've got some teachers doing something good. And people have been asking, what were we doing there? It was really just a bipartisan bill to fix an Obama era mistake that, Michelle Obama health aid. I mean, it was well-intentioned, but it took milk, whole milk and 2% milk out of schools. And so this law is really just to bring it back into schools and give kids options that they actually want to drink.
Yeah. Jesse, do you like drinking milk?
Yes, I'm drinking milk right now.
Are you really? All right. Well, you know what? Let us hear a slurp. Do you mind? Can I hear you take a big gulp? See, he's too polite to actually make a gulping sound. Yeah, exactly.
He literally is drinking his warm milk.
Do you think that you're going to get to go back to the White House one day, or was this a once-in-a-lifetime experience?
I think I'm going to go back to the White House one day.
Yeah.
I think he might be sitting behind that desk one day,
I think that's what I was going to say. So did you get any other cool stuff while you were there for your family? Like, did you get like a pen or like any other souvenirs that you're going to keep with your medal?
M&Ms.
We got some,
those candies.
We got some candies and we got water.
Okay, so I want to know a little bit more about the Oval Office because I have never been in the Oval Office despite somewhat many attempts, I'm going to say.
Shameless attempts,
yes.
actually.
So the first is the room is full of gold.
No.
Full of pictures.
Yeah.
What are the pictures of?
Old presidents.
Wow. Yeah.
And did you get to see the desk that you were? Did you look at the desk at all? Because I think that it's really historic and detailed. Did you get a chance to look?
Yes, I got a chance to look.
Did you see any papers on it about like invasion plans or anything?
Yeah. Did you see the word Iran on any of those papers?
I just saw engaged in books.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Jesse,
good important intel.
It was great, and obviously the president was very impressed. And I don't know if your mommy's told you or not, but there's a video of you. Obviously, we just played it for all of our listeners. The video of you, and you are such a handsome and polite young man, and standing so straight up you've been raised very well. That video of you is everywhere right now. I mean, everybody is watching
Millions
you
of
explain to the president about how milk gets to our table. What do you think of that? Cool.
It is pretty cool. What are you going to do for your next act? If you get to meet the president again, is there anything else you want to tell him? Do you feel like there was anything you left on the table?
I'm going to teach them about times.
Oh,
like
about times?
Multiplication?
The multiplications? Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
that
important.
That might come
skills.
in handy with the next budget process, actually. So, actually, teach him about subtraction. That would be better for the budget process than multiplication. All right, Jesse. Well, listen, I know you're a big soccer fan, so you play your cards right. I mean, there's a lot of big soccer matches coming up this year with the World Cup, and I think you impressed the team over there at 1600 Pennsylvania. Who knows? You might get to go to some special soccer games too.
Okay.
All right.
I'm feeling for a challenge.
Patrice, he is so cool and nonplussed by all of this. It's amazing.
He is amazing to us. We give God all the glory for, just who he is and for giving us the strength to really shape his character. And I know he will probably be back at the White House, and you never know. Although we are naturalized citizens, he is a native-born citizen. He could be president one day.
Oh,
so
there you go. All right. Patrice, congrats. We're so proud of you and Jesse, and we're just thrilled that you did us all proud there representing our show. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you tomorrow, all morning tomorrow.
Sounds good. We'll do. Thank you guys so much.
Amazing. Little Jesse. Come on. See, and Bethany, one of your kids would be like, drawing pictures on the side of the desk, right?
No, my kids also have had the opportunity to meet the president.
All right.
And none of them assaulted him or defaced
Unlike Orrin
anything.
Hatch.
Yeah.
See,
Sorry.
That's only because the Secret Service had an eye on them. They were.
Yeah.
It's 7:44.
WMAL's Vince Colonnese, weekdays at noon on 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Here's a showbiz tip from a professional here. I've been in show business my entire adult life, whether in the professional Broadway theater or now on radio. Bethany, showbiz tip number 1. If your stage name glorifies and celebrates an international terrorist organization, you might get on law enforcement's radar, so you might want to keep your nose clean. And, well, that brings us to the story of one D.C. rapper, Trevor Wright, who decided to go publicly as Taliban Glizzy. Now, imagine my shock when I learned that Taliban Glizzy frequently breaks the law. And yesterday, he was sentenced. Here's Janine Pirro, your U.S. attorney, giving you the details.
Hi, everyone. It's Judge Janine. Trevor Anthony Wright may not be a name that you're familiar with, but Taliban Glizzy may be. He's a D.C. rapper who has now been sentenced as a result of a prosecution by my office to 219 months in jail, which is a little over 18 years. He was charged with robberies of various jewelry stores up and down the eastern seaboard from Florida to New Jersey. He and his crew would go into these jewelry stores with sledgehammers and guns and all kinds of things and break up cases, threaten employees, and he stole about $3.2 million in jewelry.
$3.2 million.
So here's the good news.
I guess that was more lucrative than his rap career. But yeah. Imagine my shock when it's always the people you least expect.
Knock
Bethany.
me over with a feather.
Taliban Glizzy.
Taliban Glizzy. And I wonder in moments like this, and I know the answer, but where's mom here? When he
at what point when he goes by Taliban Glizzy or when he decides to go rob jewelry stores?
And I know the answer is just bad parenting. I know the answer is just people who aren't engaged with their children, all of those things. But I want to know the thought process. Like, did he think he was not going to get any attention, or was he? So I mean, this is a string of jewelry store thefts. Was he trying to sell the jewelry? Was he very chutzpahdik and wore the jewelry as a flaunt? I want these people to have reality shows because I want to walk around and with like a GoPro camera and see how these people think that their decisions are going to play out. I'm here for it personally, and this is something that I love about President Trump and everyone associated with him. And it's so much of it like they're Fox News personalities, like Pirro is.
Right.
They know show business, and they know that politics is also show business.
Yeah.
And this was so entertaining, and I appreciated it, and I just want to put that out into the world.
Well done, Taliban Glizzy. So sorry that you got caught. She does know show business, but she was a DA in Westchester County and a judge in Westchester County.
But I'm
she
saying
knows the
she
law
gets
too.
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
She has
this
the
is
head
how you do
for
it. Speaking of showbiz, 5 days ago, Kenyon McDuffie, DC council member for 13 years, stepped down from his position, and we're like, why is he resigning? Well, of course, he's running for mayor, and so he announced that yesterday. If you think things operate well in D.C., well, obviously you're not paying attention. D.C. is a mess, and Kenyon McDuffie, he was the chairman of the Committee on Government Operations, so there you go. He's going to keep the good times rolling, and the way D.C. politics goes, he'll probably win. 7:53.